Nice. Love it.
Gotta get that crack in there.
Bob's doing coke on camera.
Again?
Yeah.
It's yeah, I do like your shirt though. That's a good one.
Yeah. It was a gift from a coworker.
I like it. So yeah, that's a perfect gift for you.
For those of you in podcast land, it says, "Remember when RoboCop shot that dude in the dick?"
It's so good.
Thank you to Austin and Gabby for that. It's much appreciated.
All right, I figure we could go 3 ways with this on however you want to start.
Ooh, a 3-way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And it would be between The Rock, Tommy Tallarico,
And A Hard Place,
and the upcoming Sony handheld unit.
So I haven't read the. I mean, I didn't watch the whole Tommy Tallarico video.
So you said it was only 51 minutes.
Yeah, it was only 51 minutes. It was on the CU podcast. It was we've talked about this multiple times now. That the Amico is a crap or a sack of shit. It's a crap. It's a crap. I was gonna say a crap shoot, but that doesn't really. It's not a poop shoot either.
Someone left the crap on the floor.
Yeah, it's a. We talked about this. It's a rebadged, like 2003 Linksys router with like 2 Nokia cell phones that have also been rebadged.
Yeah,
it's also vaporware. There's no way it's ever coming out.
Yeah. There's no way that it actually reaches the market. But
not unless we keep promoting it, and maybe it'll be branded with the Noise Brigade logo.
Shit, man, we seriously, for as much as we fucking talked about that piece of shit, if it ever does come out, we should get some kind of something.
It would be cool if we could team up with who's that? Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy was selling those other things. Soldier Boy Amico.
It's the special edition.
We could do a live ad read for it.
I was just looking up to see how much there were games released for it, even though the thing doesn't exist. And I only see one set on eBay right now, and the guy wants $350.
Fuck off.
Never played because the system never came out.
That's right.
Yeah.
So and here's what I've learned about eBay, because I've been so fucking fooled by eBay recently. And yeah, they can list them as selling for whatever they want. I always end up having to go and check the recently sold for.
Yes.
Because here we go. A lot of 13 Intellivision games. Oh, that's actually Intellivision. Never mind. I went on just to see how much my 1991 Michael Jordan Upper Deck baseball rookie card was worth. And I look up on eBay and it says $200. I'm like, holy fuck, really? And it wasn't graded or anything.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's what they had it listed for. And then you go and you see what they're selling for, and they're like $15, $20. So yeah.
Did you see the review for that, Rich? The link you just posted for the Amico games?
I don't know. I just kind of searched real quick. I didn't look at
one review, 1 star, titled "Poor Game for a Non-Existent System." The Intellivision Amico is one of the most gregarious schemes and failures in gaming history. And that was not written by one of us.
Oh, you know what? While we're talking about baseball cards, I have to go off for a minute.
Oh boy.
Right. So went to a local baseball card store and collectible store today, because I'd never heard of it, didn't even know it was in the Cape, and looked it up and found it. And I went there. I took I have a hat signed by Steve Carlton and Robin Roberts with a certificate of authenticity. It's on a nice little mannequin head and everything. Like it's legit. It's in a case. And seeing that a Steve Carlton signed hat with a certificate of authenticity is typically selling for between $300 and $500. I figured, all right, well, I could probably get something for this, right? And I took like my old box of good cards, including a Wayne Gretzky second year card. The guy, I walk in, I go, hey, you guys got any interest in buying stuff? I got some cards here. I got a hat signed by, Steve Carlton, Robin Roberts, got a certificate of authenticity. And the guy goes, we don't want the hat, but we'll take a look at the cards. Like, fair enough. Okay. So I take the hat back out to the car. They look at the cards. They come back in. They're like, all right, we'll take these two. Give you $25 for both of them. I was like, $25 a piece? He said, no, $25, and you give us both the cards. The rest of what you have they're just crap. I'm like, okay. No, thank you. Took my stuff, walked away. Now, meanwhile, he's trying to explain to me why these cards are no good and why they're only $25 and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you're not giving me $25 and get it. It was a Michael Jordan insert card, like a harder to find Michael Jordan card, and a fucking and a Wayne Gretzky second year card. He's like, well, we can't get them graded. We can't get the Gretzky graded because it has a wax stain on the back, and that won't work when it goes to get graded, and blah blah blah. And then so I'm like, while they're looking, I asked him too, and I was like, hey, you know of anywhere that might be willing to buy the autograph stuff? And he goes, well, does it have a certificate of authenticity? Motherfucker, I walked in, first thing I said to you was, I have this hat with a certificate of authenticity. Were you not even fucking listening to me? Like, what are you, the fuck you, anyway, fucking ass hats, they can go fuck themselves. And straight cards and collectibles on Santa Barbara Boulevard in Cape Coral. It's not straight as in like actually spelled out. It's STR8.
I just looked it up because I was curious about them making the comment about the wax stain and not being able to get graded. For one, I common sense tells me that that's a bunch of crap. All that would do is just knock the grade down. I've seen stuff get graded that's got holes in it.
Right.
So I don't know.
I think what they meant is that it may not have covered the cost of grading depending on how it came back.
And that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I just don't know that was the right thing to say.
Right.
But
above and beyond that, you could, I mean,
they smelled the stink of Philly on you, Bob, and they just tried to rip you off because of that.
Oh no, I'll almost guarantee that's what it was.
I got some John Kruk rookie cards. He's got to be worth something.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the specifics of the
George
shop.
Brett
George Brett.
Looks like somebody pasted it inside of a thing. And then I got my Mike Schmidt rookie card. That's a PSA 5. So it's not worth anything.
Still nice though. I speaking of cards, so I took a gamble on something I've never done before. So I bought a pack of 2022 Panini Prism football.
Football?
Yeah. Do you know how much they go for a pack? Just take a while. I think they're
$30 a pack or something.
Is it a hobby? Is it a hobby pack or was
it a hobby pack? They're like 14 cards a pack, and it was $58.99.
Damn.
Bob.
American.
And I didn't get anything. I got a Mark Andrews like purple, whatever they call them.
Now, does Panini have
yay
the NFL license? Like, can they put the logos on the uniforms? Because they can't with baseball.
I don't know. I didn't really look that closely, especially after I pulled a couple of rookies. Of course, the one rookie I pulled was Kayvon Thibodeau. So, but the rookie's apparently worth something. Like his is like $20 or $30, and like pulled another rookie. I can't remember who it was off the top of my head. And they're worth something just because they're short printed anyway. That's the reason why they're $60 a pack.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just took a gamble. We went down to Texas and for a few nights and hit a card shop up and dropped a couple $100 and didn't really get anything crazy, but did did grab out of their bargain bin a Brandon Graham insert, or not insert, but it was a parallel that was like out of like 125 on short print, and it was $1.
Shit.
I thought that was kind of cool. So
I picked up not sports related, but I went to a comic book shop with a friend, and I got a first appearance of Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Black Spider-Man.
nice.
You know, I had that, and I sold it
Ah,
before I moved because I was trying to get rid of all my comic books and stuff, or a lot of my comic books, and that was one that I had, and I was just like, I don't really feel any attachment to this. And little did I know it was going to turn out to be, you know, a huge thing. But that fucking really. All right.
Oh,
So,
nice. Is that the second year?
Yeah, that's the Gretzky second year.
What year is that? Do you know off the top of your head?
80. Let's see. 80, 81.
Okay.
Right. Then this is this might show up better. The Michael Jordan Double Trouble Fleer Ultra from 95, 96.
Nice.
But like there's some stuff in here. There's let's see.
is there a reason why you guys hide your backgrounds from me? Is it like you don't want me to see?
Oh, because my room's a fucking mess.
Okay. Oh, this
Because
is
my room's a mess.
Mine's up on a wall that has a couple lights on it, so it gets a little squirrely with the background on it.
I mean, with my stuff, there's some Griffey rookie cards. There's a Jim Tomei rookie card, Pinnacle one. You know, there's some good stuff in here, and they were just like, oh yeah, all your cards are shit. Trying to think of what else. So, the problem is most of it is hockey, and they didn't really seem like they were much into hockey, if you get what I mean. But this Ron Harper card, I figured would have gone. This is his second year. Clyde Drexler, you know, Scottie Pippen, Sean Kemp rookie card. It's a Bo Jackson Tops, whatever the fuck this is called. The special Tops card, Tops Chrome.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not the one where he's topless though with the baseball bat across.
No, yeah.
No.
That's hot.
Like an older John Elway. We've got a Jim Kelly rookie card. Marcus Allen second year. You know, like it's not the shit that's in here is it's not awful stuff. But
yeah, it's funny. It almost just sounds like it's like, we don't want to do business today.
Yeah. And then as soon as there's Brett Favre and Marshall Faulk rookie cards in here, Isaac Bruce rookie cards. And that was the thing. As soon as I walked out, two of the guys in the building walked out and left.
Really?
Yeah. So and they were guys that worked there. Walked out and left. So that probably is exactly it. They didn't feel like doing shit today. And they just Junior Seau rookie. Fucking Warren Moon. I think this is a Warren. No, it's not a Warren Moon rookie, but it was one of the first cards he got. Johnny Damon rookies.
The only person I've heard of so far has been Dwayne Gretzky and the Deion Sand. No, Bo Jackson. That's it.
Did you ever heard of Warren Moon? Wow.
Let's see. Chipper Jones rookie.
I know Chipper Jones.
Chipper.
The Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, I know him.
Roger Clemens, Juan Gonzalez.
Ooh, speaking of, there was a good ESPN Plus doc about the Yankees and Dodgers rivalry in the 70s.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Said Manny Ramirez printed on balsa wood.
Ooh.
Here you go.
Bob's got wood.
Here you go. That was a piece of shit, right?
Is that Kobe?
That's a Kobe card. Oh yeah,
Kobe.
what a piece of shit. And this is an insert card. It's I'm gonna have to look that one up. Ryan Miller, piece of his jersey. Zdeno Chara, number 13 of 100.
Yeah, there's more hockey stuff. We don't like that hockey. They're Canadian.
And Alex Rodriguez, insert number 64 of 75.
Oh.
Ryan Sandberg, rookie.
Ryan.
Ryan Sandberg. Yeah, look at that piece of shit.
R-Y-N-E, Ryan.
The former Phillies manager.
Yeah. Guy Lafleur.
I've seen no mantles yet. What the fuck, Bob?
I don't have any Mickey Mantles.
He's got 1052 mantles stacked there at the bottom.
Pete Maravich.
This is all shit.
Let's see, what is this? This guy is a piece of shit, but a third-year Karl Malone.
No Gowdy Ruths. Like what this guy bringing us?
Bill
Yeah.
Walton.
Oh, there's the Honus.
Yeah, I was gonna say we only take T209.
Oh yeah, Shaquille O'Neal rookie card.
Nah.
So
we used to have them bench warmer cards, but we don't like nudity either.
Oh, I forgot about those cards. I forgot about those.
I think we talked about that on here many episodes ago.
Bench warmer cards?
No, maybe not them, but it was in the same vein, though. At least I thought it was. I could have sworn we did.
In that
Like
same
cheerleader cards or something like that.
Yeah.
The same little stack I had over here. Here's what the fuck's her name? Cindy Crawford, National Sports Collection promo card. And a Jenny McCarthy Playboy card.
Nice.
And a George Brett Wood talking about wood. A little piece of.
I love how that's in order.
So yeah, the Kobe card is around 25.
Kobe.
According to good old eBay.
And I'm pretty sure I got like this whole stack of John Kruk rookie cards for like $1.
That makes sense.
Pops is Donruss. Actually, there's 2 Donrusses in here, an 86 and a C87. And a Leaf 87, which looks like the Donruss 87.
Was the 86 like a traded set or something?
I don't know. I know I took the Topps one and I put it inside of a thing with a sign thing. Time ball. That's it. Only one ball.
Hey, I was gonna say, was it the one he lost? Because that'd be like that's a collector's item right there.
I bet you that 86 one, Rich, is it that card's green, isn't it?
Probably. I just put them back in the thing.
Yeah, they're the there was it was a subset called the rookies. That's what that was. 86 one had some pretty interesting ones in it too. Bonds, Bo Jackson. There's quite a few of them in that one.
And then, of course, always sitting on my shelf staring at me is my fuckface Ripken card.
That's awesome.
I don't know baseball, but I know what I like. I like
now that I
fuckface.
successfully derailed us to talk shit on a store.
Yeah, fuck that store. We went to a couple comic shops since you're talking about stores, and I wish I remembered the name of this one, but we just Googled. It was me. I become friends with my toy dealer. Like, there's a toy store down the street for me. That's an old retired guy runs it, and he does a horrible job. Like, he's just doing it because he's retired and he doesn't know what he's selling. So sometimes he likes the old Marx toys. So when he gets 80s toys, he just sells them for slightly more than what he bought them for. So that's how I was able to fill my basement with crap. But anyway, we just did comic shops, and we wound up at this one where they had good stuff, but the prices of it were all over eBay prices. Like, we're talking the last 17 Star Wars figures for like a couple $100 for the lowest priced one to a couple grand, depending on what it was. And then all their comics on their walls were graded, but again, they were way over what the going rate was. And then the guy was just arrogant. Like, he was asking for prices and stuff. And he's like, oh, well, this is $3,000. And we had it PSA signature signed in-house, which we do in-house when we do signings. Like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, when we went to Texas, that was the first card shop I set foot into in years. Because I really haven't. There's not anything around here like that. I think we've got one comic store left, but they don't dabble in any kind of sports cards at all. I mean, it's like comics and Pokemon stuff, and that sort of thing. This card shop was really cool. It was all sports and Pokemon cards. That was it. So they had like Japanese packs and
I know we don't have any listeners, and I don't know how many of our listeners go to comic shops. I don't know how many of our listeners go to comic shops in this area of Pennsylvania. But the Skipack Comic Shop in Skipack, PA, is actually a really nice shop, and the guy's a really nice dude.
I like Frankenstein comics.
And they're not close to me anywhere. That would take me an hour and a half to get there. But he is really. I like him a lot
Bill's
too.
awesome.
I sold him shit when I was younger too, and he gave me like really good prices on this stuff too.
Oh yeah, Bill's
Very
fantastic.
fair.
He bought almost everything that I had, like everything that I sold before I moved. He bought, and he's awesome. I had been buying from him for years though. Like
shit that other people didn't want either. Like he'd buy bulk. Like it didn't really matter. Yeah, which was cool.
Yeah, he would just go through. He was like, "All right, well, are you selling it because you want to sell it, or are you selling it?" And then it like that was the thing too, is Bill was really conscientious about that stuff.
Yeah,
You could tell when like if you needed money, Bill would give you more. Like if you were just in there, if you weren't one of his regulars and you went in there to sell him shit, he would give you whatever. But if he knew you and he knew, he's like, wait a second, why are you selling this? Like, because there were a couple times when I needed money and I would sell him something. He'd be like, you don't want to sell this stuff, do you? And he'd be like, no. And I'd be like, no, not really. You're like, all right, this is what I'm going to give you for it. And like he would throw in a couple extra bucks.
Do you want to sell this or do you want to pawn this?
Huh?
Do you want to sell this or do you want to pawn this?
Yeah, pretty much. So, but no, Bill's a good dude. Check out if you listen to this shit. Check out Frankenstein Comics, Woodbury Heights.
There's also Showcase Comics in Bryn Mawr, who's good for new stuff, but his wall stuff is like 20% overpriced, and they're not willing to come down on the prices.
Why don't you call them out here, Rich?
I am. Yeah, fuck
them.
Fuck those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Look, you know what Bill does too that I love is he does his Chud sale for New Year's.
Comics here under $1.
Yeah. So I always like that.
Fuck Showcase Comics and fuck the comic shop in the mall, but I don't blame them because they're in a mall, so they have to raise their prices a little bit.
Wait, the
comic shop in a mall. I'm sorry.
The Deffert Mall?
No, I'm specifically referring to Uncanny Comics in the King of Prussia Mall.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I didn't even know the fucking Deffert Mall still had any comic book shops. I know there was the dude Brian that had the shop there, and he ended up moving out to.
I didn't even know the Deffert Mall still existed. So,
I mean, it did last time I was home, but I haven't been home since 20.
It's still there. Last I heard, it's one of the more profitable ones in the country too.
Is it really, dude? Because last time I was there, like honestly, there was like some anchor stores still there, but there were like weird ass little stores too. Like there was a smoke shop and shit in there. Like it was almost like a gas station inside the mall.
I went in there like gosh, it's been several months now, almost a year-ish. Beginning of last summer type deal. Whenever I was up there, I can't remember when it was now. I don't know. It was within the last year, and it was. I don't remember seeing anything empty.
Nice. Are there any comic shops you want to say, or any stores you want to say a fuck you to, Tom? You're the only one that's been.
Dude, I mean, where I live, I can't because if I do,
and somebody hears him, he doesn't have alternatives.
And it's kind of sad because we like the town I work in obviously is huge influence. I mean, there's a statue of Superman. It's Metropolis. I mean, come on. And there's a Superman museum / like comic store.
How about a liquor store or distillery or brewery that sucks?
Yeah, that works. Okay, so all right, so we have 2 breweries in town, and I'll say this: so Dry Ground, the better beer of the 2, but I don't like the atmosphere. It's a little too yuppie for me. The other place, their beer is just not very good. They have a good porter. Everything else is just no bueno. But their food is awesome. Their beer, I don't know how.
You're still being too nice. Fuck them. Fuck them and their beer. They're swill. They're piss beer.
I don't know. I don't really know of anywhere that I really just have a disdain for. I mean, I have a disdain for Tommy Tallarico. Can I say that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He'll send Miyamoto after you though, because he's friends with Miyamoto-san. So
Yeah, I'm sure he fucking is.
Don't get me.
Hey, did you guys?
get me, bro.
Speaking of beer, though, did you guys hear about that tragic toxic dumping train crash that happened in Montana?
Another one?
Yeah, a bunch of Coors Light and Blue Moon dumped into a river.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably better for it. Oh, good old Coors.
Anyway,
So, all right, let's kind of let's
some
get
more
back
shit.
to our
what are we gonna shit on tonight?
Well, you did
Fuck
kind of
Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon. I hear he's taking over SmackDown.
dude. He's already back in charge of everything.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter anymore.
Fuck Vince McMahon.
It's all over. We get 2 more years of just. Here's the thing. I saw someone post a really good thing about the WWE cycle. It's like you have hope, and then Vince is back, and then it just goes back to crap. And it's just
he's old though, so he could like die at any time, and that'd be good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think he's gonna live till like he's 175 years old.
Yeah, that's the only problem is that piece.
It's all the Botox is keeping him alive. Botox and hate.
Yeah, that piece of shit's gonna live forever because fucking people hate him.
He's gonna turn into Mr. Burns, particularly whenever the episode where Mr. Burns runs into the he runs the casino. He's gonna be sitting there like, get in the plane. But sir, it's a model. I said get in.
Our only hope is that fucking Triple H becomes Hank Scorpio.
It sucks because and this will kind of, I guess, tail into another part of our conversation that we were going to have.
He should bring Ric Flair back.
Ric Flair, they can't. Well, no. Now that Vince is back, they probably will bring him back, and then they can have a match to determine whose sexual assault charges were worse.
They should have a retirement match between him and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 40.
And can they have Jerry Lawler come back as the announcer? Start talking about puppies again. Puppies.
Yeah, but we don't want to hear about Vince McMahon and Ric Flair's puppies.
Mool is dead, right? So she can't mess with anybody. You can't bring her back. You can bring back all the troublesome things.
Oh yeah, she was a piece of work.
Yeah,
we've talked about that here before too. She's just oof.
I think we're okay with Hogan again. So Hogan already got his way back in.
Hogan must pose.
You know what? Hogan should be. He can't wrestle anymore, though, can he?
Who says?
He can't. He hasn't feeling in his legs, but you're right. You can bring him back. Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe they could bring back the Big Show just so he could put Hulk Hogan in a baby Bjorn.
All right, so we're booking match 2 now for WrestleMania 40. It'll be Hogan versus Omos.
So no, Hogan in a baby Bjorn strapped to Braun Strowman versus Omos
with the Great Khali doing a run in.
You mean a slow walking?
I mean, it would take 36 minutes for him to come to the ring, but he'd eventually get there
with a special referee, Paula Dean.
I love this fantasy book in WrestleMania 40 because
everything is covered in butter.
That'd be awesome.
The Paula Dean butter on a butter match.
For some reason, I just thought of Judy Bagwell on a pole and kind of mix that up with the butter. Yeah, and mix that up with like the butter thing, and I thought that's just a really messed up idea.
Judy Bagwell on a buttered pole.
Yeah,
Billy West
Judy Bagwell on a pole. No, nope. My dick just died forever.
That's someone. It's funny, I think he's been having some problems too. Is Marcus Buff Bagwell? I believe he's on the road to recovery. I think he had a medical issue of some sort.
Meth will do that.
Yeah,
DDP hasn't healed anybody lately. Is that one of his followers?
No, DDP's still working with Jake.
Jake's on AEW now.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, I tell you what, talking about someone that made the 180. My goodness.
Lance Archer's Sting.
That's cool though. I'm glad. I'm honestly.
What's kind of cool about AEW is every once in a while, just like out of the side of the thing, you see an old school guy who's just like I guess they must be backstage people. Like you see Dean Malenko was just on ROH as a judge for one of the, or whatever they call their people that do them. I guess it's a judge. And the guy that used to wrestle Rob Van Dam all the time, the new fucking, what the hell's the guy's his name? Blonde guy, long hair.
Oh, Jerry Lynn?
Thank you. Yeah, he was one of their backstage guys.
Yeah, I don't know. It's this whole direction of where we're at now. And I know AEW, we kind of gave them some flack here too at certain points. But this direction of WWE, look, it lost my interest after the Rumble. And I mean, I wasn't watching religiously by any stretch, but I was still trying to catch big shows at least.
I tried watching the Rumble and I couldn't make it through the fast forwarded a lot.
It wasn't great. I mean, it was entertaining, but it wasn't great. I'll give it, I'll say that much about it. But this year's WrestleMania, granted, I was away. But other than like the Balor Edge match, I really had not a whole lot of interest in a lot of it, just because I don't know. I think we were pitched. I guess we could spill this into it. What, a year prior about The Rock and Roman Reigns being the headline, being that it was in Southern California. It was the WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, and it would make a lot of sense to have a match of that caliber. And I don't care what the finish would have been, but it would make a lot of sense. And then I guess he doesn't do anything with it at all. It's really bizarre. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, I watched the whole thing. I did fall asleep at one point on night 2 for a little bit, but by and large, it was a good show. Night 1, there were a couple duds. The Brock and Omos was, who gives a fuck. I'll say this too. As much as I don't like Charlotte, I even enjoyed the Charlotte and Rhea match. But I think the only reason that I liked that match was because Rhea won. If Rhea didn't win that match, I don't think I would have liked it. I didn't agree with every outcome from the whole 2-night thing. But by and large, I felt like they got it right. Especially the KO and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, I think the thing that set me off on it was the Roman Cody build, which is, to me, it was an obvious tell that, at least initially, that Cody was going to win very early on. And then, his plans changed, and then it had been decided within the last, couple of weeks or so that Roman was going over. I just don't know where that goes from here, because now you have the guy that's had the belt or both belts for 1,000 days. I don't know how long it is. It's a ridiculous number. I don't know. Roman San Martino.
Yeah, they got to split the belts up. They've got to, because they're heading that way. They're definitely heading that way. I just don't know how they do it, and I don't know who's going to be the one to do it. And is it going to be? Are they going to go that route and then have Solo or one of the Usos take it, or are they going to have each Uso win a championship? Which I think, first of all, I don't think either of the Usos should be carrying the main championship.
No.
I can't see that. But I don't know. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I guess we'll find out. And now it's going to be shitty, whatever it is, because it's Vince behind it. It's going to make no fucking sense. Just one day, Omos is going to fucking win the championship.
I wanted to make a joke about a UFC person winning it, but I can't think of any UFC person's names. Randy Couture. Randy Couture should come in and win it. There you go.
I think what's his name, McGregor, Conor McGregor is gonna be involved with WrestleMania 40. I think here you go. Here's WrestleMania 40. The Invasion 2.0. UFC versus WWE.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. That's a good point. And I know you're not joking.
No, I'm not fucking joking at all. I wish I fucking was. But Vince is going to think that's a great fucking idea.
And they bring back that crazy WWE style octagon thing they had. You remember that?
Does Dana White still run the UFC?
He runs it. He doesn't own it.
Yeah, it's owned by a venture.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's basically Vince.
See, I was wondering if he was also problematic in some way.
Not that I'm aware of. Not that I've ever. Have you ever heard anything, Tom?
I think I've heard maybe like tendency to be a hothead type stuff. I mean, no different than like any upper level boss like that would be.
He's a Republican who endorses Donald Trump. This is true. It makes him a douchebag. Donated $1 million to America First PAC. He was in a sex tape scandal with an exotic dancer.
I mean, that part I don't. That part, high five. Wish I was in a sex tape scandal with an exotic dancer. The scandal would be, how did that fucking chud get an exotic dancer?
Well, she saw your baseball card collection you're carrying. She got
That's awesome.
Panties just dropped.
That was a good one.
Is that a second-year Gretzky? Ooh.
Well, did she see that? It's a good thing she didn't see your toy collection behind you.
Shit.
What doesn't go towards toys goes towards horse, so it evens out.
That's good. That's too good.
Our two new listeners happen to be the guy from the comic shop I talked about and the guy from the sports card place I talked about. Who the fuck are these guys?
I hope that guy's on Twitter because we should tag him when we post it. Special shout out to blah blah blah. I'm just gonna start tagging Tommy Tallarico. I don't know. Is he on Twitter?
Oh, I'm sure he fucking
is. Did he get booted off?
No,
he seems like the kind of person that would have gotten banned.
I think he bought a blue. He'd be one of the guys that buys the blue checks.
No, he didn't buy a blue check. He bought a yellow check.
What's a yellow check?
Gold check.
There's
I don't know.
colors?
There's like a special like above blue that you can buy.
Oh, he is on Twitter. 20,000 followers.
Ooh.
And he's basically he looks like he about gets ratioed almost every time he posts.
I don't. I hear ratioed all the time. I don't know what the fuck it means.
All right, so whenever the comments, so like when people comment on it, start outweighing the number of likes. So like in his instance, his pinned tweet has 170 comments to 157 likes.
Okay.
So people are, and if you run through it, the comments, and I'm not even clicking into it, but I can pretty much guess that all the comments are negative.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's typically the only time you see that, so yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
There's that. So, all right.
You know what? Fuck the Harry Potter lady, too. She's a douchebag.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And they're going to reboot that on HBO Max, which is a dumb idea.
They're rebooted as like a TV series, though, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Fucking why?
Because you get more. Well, first of all, it's cheaper because it's a TV thing, but then you can stretch it out longer.
Yeah, I just think it sounds dumb. I like it, and I'm a Harry Potter fan. I'm a Potterhead, if you will, but I don't like her, and they're saying that she's going to be involved in it. And so that kind of tempers my interest in it. And also Daniel Radcliffe, I think, pretty much should just change his name legally to Harry Potter, because that's who I see when I see him. So I'm not going to buy anybody else as Harry Potter.
Are you saying he's typecast?
I'm saying that I've seen him in a lot of stuff that he's been very good in. Don't get me wrong. Bob
was a big fan of that horse movie he was in where he was naked.
Sports movie he was in that he was naked?
Or was it a play? The Equus?
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I thought you just said you were a Potterhead.
Yeah, but I don't fucking watch everything that he's in.
With the Potter Wang, no?
No, I'm not. No. But I do want to see that Swiss Army Man movie that he's in, where he's a farting, talking corpse. The show Miracle Workers that he's in with Steve Buscemi is fucking fantastic. Guns Akimbo sucked, but he's been in a lot of good stuff. So anyway,
I don't know that I've actually seen him in anything else other
Was
than.
he the one with horns? Wasn't there like a horns movie? I forget. It doesn't matter.
yeah, he was in a movie called Horns.
Here's Equus.
I'm not clicking that fucking link.
I'm going to put open incognito.
It's safe. It's a Google search. Getty
That
Image.
doesn't mean shit. You could turn safe search off.
Yeah, it's not bad, Bob.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. I trust you, Tom.
It's actually very. It's actually quite lame.
Yes.
What the fuck? Does he fuck the horse?
I actually don't know the story of Equus. I guess we can go. That'll be next podcast. Well,
Oh yeah, we're gonna do a 5-hour rundown on Equus.
I don't know, man.
4 hours 55 minutes.
All right. And then 5 minutes of fuck you, Tommy Tallarico.
Actually, it's probably the other way around.
This episode should just be entitled "Fuck You, Tommy Tallarico." Actually, no. What we should do is we should name this one whatever we're going to name it, and then the next episode where we don't talk about him at all should just be called "Fuck You, Tommy Tallarico." And then when you listen to it all fired up and ready to fucking, and then there's not even a fucking mention of him.
and then the show after that is just us live broadcasting Bobby's whatnot for his baseball cards. Hockey cards.
What is the whatnot?
You never know what it's the new their live auctions. You download the app and you sell it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean,
We're doing it live.
Like I walked into a comic shop and over on the corner they were selling stuff like on a live whatnot thing while they were also operating the comic shop.
I'll sell this little Optimus Prime.
Ah.
Mint on card. Do I have any bidders?
I like how it magically comes out of the background and disappears back into it again.
What?
That one
Studio
did it
Series
too.
86 Hot Rod? Anybody?
I got a little dollar store a Dinobot.
I see your Grimlock and raise you, motherfucker. Mint on card Bumblebee.
Ooh.
Huh?
I got a Voltron in the background. I'm not getting him.
I have this next to me.
This is such intriguing.
Oh, there's one of them right over there. The other shoulder. Curse your inevitable betrayal.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna put Grimlock right here because.
Weren't we supposed to talk about something else that we never even got to?
Yeah, we're fucking having toy time here.
Yeah, we had like a couple ideas, but I don't know that we'll get to them.
So, all right,
Sony?
let's talk about the Sony.
Let's talk about the Black Adam movie now that.
Okay,
Negative enough.
Yeah.
I think we should we could put the Sony thing off to another time because I honestly think that we could sneak in some Tommy Tallarico talk on that one too. Just based on some of the rumors behind it. So,
is he behind that one too?
No, but it has to do with remote connections and having to have the internet. Anyway, that's a spoiler.
Fucking kidding me?
That's a spoiler for another episode.
No. Hold the fucking phone. Are you fucking telling me that a fucking handheld portable fucking console is going to be fucking internet restricted where you have to be fucking connected all the time? Are you fucking kidding me?
All the time.
And if I'm not mistaken, you have to dig through the articles, but it sounds like you have to own a PS5 to go with it.
Are you fucking kidding me, Sony? Did you not fucking learn your fucking lesson the first fucking time? You stupid motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm not joking, by the way. I'm pretty certain that's what I've been reading. At least that was my interpretation of it.
Yeah, I thought it was like you were saying. I think it was just supposed to be a thing that attaches to the PS5. You stream your PS5 to it.
Yeah.
Remote play. That's it.
Yep.
Who the fuck is gonna buy that?
Probably the same people that bought the $2,000 PSVR 2. I have a lot of crappy stuff or weird stuff. I don't have a PSVR 2.
Fair enough.
Even I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, so there's a litany of articles. We'll have to dive into that one.
That needs to be a whole separate fucking episode because I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Yeah, and we'll kind of paint it up here. I'd love to get into that and kind of talk about like their history behind it too, because they are known for having good handheld consoles. So I think that'd be fun to kind of get into. But let's
it'd be cheaper and you could stream your PS5 onto one of them Steam Decks.
Exactly.
That's got the
100%.
Yeah.
Or one of the fucking PS5 branded fucking backbone things for your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said, fuck. He's upset.
So anyway, let's dive into the kind of would be a good conversation here. It kind of spawned off the Black Adam movie. I have not seen it, but Rich, you have, right?
I have, and it was not good. And I think a lot of the reason it was not good was because of The Rock wanting to be a diva. So let's go back to the 1930s where things were better.
Uh-oh.
Or white men.
Anyway, we have this Captain Marvel character, not a woman. He's
as it's meant to be.
Yeah. He was a Superman analog, but not really. I think he was better than Superman. Shazam was a little kid who got the powers of the gods when he said the word Shazam.
Shazam!
Going forward, it was a company called Charleston Comics, Fawcett Comics. They became more popular than Superman. DC, National at the time, said, hey, this guy's just a ripoff of our character, and took them to court and sued them. And I don't think DC won. I think what happened is they bankrupted Fawcett before it could finish the thing. They just ran out of money. And then they famously bought Fawcett after it was bankrupt, and that's how DC got the character of Captain Marvel. But at the time they got it, Marvel Comics had already put out their Captain Marvel, so they couldn't call it Captain Marvel anymore, so that's why it's now called Shazam. And that's our whole little backstory.
Well,
Black Adam is literally just a bad guy from Captain Marvel that was supposed to be the antithesis of Captain Marvel. It was the first guy that got the powers of Shazam. They used an adult, so because he was an adult instead of a child, he wasn't innocent, so the powers corrupted him, and he used his powers to take over Kandar, or whatever the hell they called it originally. I think it was just Egypt in the original comics, and later on it became a fictional country in the Middle East. Yeah. And he was only ever in one book in the 30s. Like, he was there, they killed him at the end, and it was over. And they brought him back in the 70s when DC brought back the Captain Marvel comics. So fast forward to comic movies are popular. We have a Shazam movie. We're not going to start with Black Adam. We're going to start with just the generic origin of it. They bring out the Marvel family, which was introduced relatively recently, although there's always been other Marvels in, like, even back in the 30s and 40s, there were other people that shared the powers with them. But the whole time they're doing this, for whatever reason, The Rock really wanted to do a Black Adam movie. Like he's really behind this character. He wants to be this character. He sees it as his way to be Superman. Like he's going to star in it. It's going to be fantastic, but it has to be a standalone movie, which makes no sense whatsoever. It's almost like Sony saying, "Hey, we have the rights to Venom, but we can't use Superman, so let's do a standalone Venom movie." Except that was slightly better than the Black Adam movie. So I guess I don't know if DC or Warner Brothers decided that Black Adam wasn't enough to carry the movie, but in the same movie they introduce, with absolutely no backstory, the Justice Society. Like you're supposed to know who they are if you've never read a comic book. They're just kind of there. So you take this Black Adam movie with this character who, yes, even in the comics is supposed to be an anti-hero at this point, but isn't the greatest guy anyway. And you turn into what, a 3.5 hour long movie with characters that make no sense. A lead character who's just The Rock plays The Rock in most of his movies, but if there's some comedy in there, he can do comedy. He can't do straight action. Like this wasn't funny, and it didn't. I think that's one of the reasons why it didn't work, was because he was playing the whole anti-hero character who had no comedy to it. That was just like, I want to be the big, strong, cool dude, and it just didn't work. That was one of the main. It's just The Rock. The Rock made it not work, which was sad because it could have been. They could have introduced him in Shazam 2, and then did his own movie after that. Because he was part of the JSA in the comics in the 2000s, 2012s, when Jeff Johns was writing it, and it was good, and it could have been good, and it's just like, what are you doing? Oh, it's horrible.
And
it's go ahead, Bob.
I mean, he took a character that does not exist in a vacuum, and he decided, well, fuck it. We're going to throw it in a vacuum, and then we'll have the JSA as backing characters. Because like you said, he doesn't, without the background, without Captain Marvel, he doesn't really necessarily hold up an entire movie. Because you don't care about him. There's no build. Why the fuck should I give a shit about Black Adam as a character? You know? And I haven't seen the movie. So I'm talking out of my ass on this, but just from what I've been reading and what I've been hearing and what you're saying, it sounds like
the movie, the basic storyline is they show him in the beginning, Kandak, whatever the fuck the country's called, has this slaves, and he's like a boy rises up and tries to free the slaves, a la Moses, and becomes a martyr. And you think going through it that the boy is Captain Adam or Black Adam, but it turns out it's the boy's dad who didn't fight for him, who remained a slave. Winds up being him. They killed the kid in the beginning. Which, had they played with that more and did more of the Kandar, whatever, the story with that, and just had him fighting that or fighting the terrorists, because even in the, like, it shows you that the king back then, his ancestor is the ruler of the country now, but it's also been taken over by terrorists. They're more like a terrorist techno cult. There's a lot of technology there, and they're looking for this material that'll let them summon a demon, and if they summon the demon, they can take over the earth. Ibik was the demon. And you just try, like you said, if you kind of kept it at least a little rooted to that and not done this Black Adam's killing a lot of people, so we have to bring in the Justice Society, who were brought in by Amanda Waller. She's kind of what they used to tie it into the DC universe. It would have been better. Like if you didn't sandwich that in and wrote out a better storyline, just like I said, if you would have filled out the stuff about his son and him becoming a better person, and not killing people and becoming a hero that way. But they don't even do that. Like he kills people throughout the whole thing violently. and pretty bloody for like a PG movie or whatever it was supposed to be rated. Like it's kind of gory-ish. It just doesn't work. Like the yeah.
When the fuck did Amanda Waller become fucking Nick Fury?
As soon as Nick Fury became Nick Fury, they're like, we need our own Nick Fury, but we're going to use a black woman.
Because
And
I just don't.
That's the only black woman in DC.
She's she's not
She's also probably the cheapest of their actresses or actors to
Bumblebee is
bring back.
Bumblebee's a black woman too, or Honeybee or whatever the fuck her name is.
And Vixen, I guess, but still.
And Vixen, yeah, and the other Batwoman. But anyway,
she's also a lesbian though, so she can't come to Florida.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
there's also a new Batman show that's really not. I can't tell if it's good or not yet.
The Gotham Knights one.
Yeah. I'm like 2 episodes in. It's okay. It's just not.
I wanted to throw these numbers at you guys
very
real quick, not to play devil's advocate or anything, but Black Adam seems to be a very loved or hated. Down the middle. IMDb right now is at a 6.3. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 39%, and the critic consensus is rich, almost exactly what you said. And I'm going to read the sentence they have on Rotten Tomatoes. Black Adam may end up pointing the way to an exciting future for DC films, but as a standalone experience, it's a wildly uneven letdown. Yeah. So I think that's a good synopsis based on what you said. However, the funny thing is, in the Rotten Tomatoes for the audience score is at 88%, and the line they gave for that one is, audience says, with lots of action, solid effects, and a story you don't have to be a comics fan to follow, Black Adam is one of the best DC movies to date.
Well, the reason why it can be one of the best DC movies to date is because DC movies aren't good.
That's true.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. You had the first Wonder Woman. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Aquaman was all right.
You had the first Wonder Woman.
Aquaman was all right.
The second Suicide Squad.
The first one was so bad. I don't even.
Yeah, the first one was so fucking bad. It almost takes away from the second one.
And then you got rid of Will Smith, and it became so much better. So I blame him. Like,
does the Joaquin Phoenix Joker count?
Yeah, you know what? I'll let that count.
Can we count that? That's a good movie.
That was a good movie.
That's a good movie. I still need to
see that.
And I don't like what's her face, but I'm kind of excited to see what she does with Harley Quinn.
You don't like Lady Gaga? Gaga.
But going back to the things, it really just seems like it's very polarizing. And I think, Bob, you made a good point too before we started recording, is that, and it seems to be Black Adam is the kind of catalyst for this, is that there is now, I don't know, maybe some animosity, which was not seen before, going toward The Rock himself. And I think a lot of it stems from this movie. And people just not liking it. I haven't seen it, so I don't have any room to speak, but I have a feeling that if I do see it, I would probably be more along the lines of what Rich is saying.
The reason I think why that is The Rock really wanted, like, he put like everything behind it and made it known that this was his movie and his role. Like, he had creative control over a lot of it. He had whatever, and he let that be known. So when it came out as shitty as it was, it's like, well, this is shitty because The Rock got his way.
Well, wasn't there, and correct me if I'm wrong, and we're going to get into spoilers on this because we have to in order to fully explain it. He got Henry Cavill into Black Adam.
Yeah, but Henry Cavill was also in Shazam, so I don't know how you.
Wait, was he was in the second Shazam?
He was in the first one at the very end.
No, yeah, I know he was in the very first one.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if he was in the second one or not.
I haven't seen the second one yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't either. But
which is also supposed to be a very bad movie. The first one was okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as Black Adam.
Well, the first one, I enjoyed it.
The second Wonder Woman sucked too, and Justice League was horrible.
It was fucking terrible.
All of their cartoons, though, if you ever watch any of their cartoon movies, they're really good. And they're doing like Elseworld movie. I know we're getting off topic again, but they just did Batman, something of the Damned. I forget exactly what it's called. Something of the Doom. But it was a Batman meets H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh.
and it was really good.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, Batman versus Ninja Turtles was good.
Yeah.
The Injustice movie was good, which
Yeah.
I would love to see Injustice made into an actual live action series, but that's neither here nor there. But as far as from what I understood, wasn't there
The
something?
Doom that came to Gotham was what that thing was called. Like, it just came out, and it was based on a thing, and it's Batman versus Shama Gurath and the whole cold of it was really good. Just Hulu.
Wasn't fuck? Wasn't there something with Henry Cavill where? Or no. That's right. It was the why wouldn't Black Adam be in Shazam? And it was because The Rock didn't want him to be.
Yeah, he wanted to introduce him in his own movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
I'm not going to be the second, the villain in somebody else's movie. I'm going to be the hero in my own movie.
right.
Is what it was. Yeah.
Which I mean, it seems like a selfish ass move.
Yep.
And it in turn, I feel like that is part of the reason for the kickback and the vitriol that's coming his way, because people see that and they're like, well, yeah, but you just sabotaged your movie. You sabotaged all the hard work of all these people because you were unwilling to bend and unwilling to have a little bit of humility and let your character show up somewhere else first.
And it's a Samoan guy playing a Middle Eastern guy.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I don't know. There's so many ways. It should have been a good movie. It should have been there.
It should have been at least entertaining.
Right.
Yeah.
And you couldn't even do that but now what's happening is people are starting to question, like, all right, so that came out and bombed. So now what's he doing? He's doing Moana, a live action Moana, right? Well, how's that going to go?
I think that'll be good because it's a comedy.
Right.
And he's already done it. So he's basically just doing what he did, but live action. I think it'll work.
Yeah. And I agree.
He looks like a big Samoan god or whatever Moana was supposed to be. So it'll work.
Yeah, that one will work. I think the funny thing is, though, is now that funny you say that too, because the couple of the articles I've seen about that actually mention the Black Adam kind of, flopping. And it's like, well, now The Rock's just on a path to mediocrity with doing this Moana live action thing.
I don't think it's mediocrity. I think it's him trying to redeem himself again. Like, he did a movie that failed. This isn't going to fail, and it's safe.
Yeah.
He picked the safe thing. This is his rebound movie. Like, I did something for me. Now I got to go back and make mea culpa. Like, I'm sorry. Like that song. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm back at it. Hey, sing. I'm happy. Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It does show kind of how fickle, though, that the Hollywood movie industry can be, particularly everyone involved and how
I
think though. Never mind. I'm not even going to say it. Never mind. Keep going. Yeah.
I really feel like they should probably just get the cast that played the characters in
you
the
would
movie
think, yeah,
and just do it.
Some of them voice actor people can be real ugly though, which is the problem.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're obviously not going to have Alan Tudyk doing the voice of the rooster.
Why can't he just dress like a rooster?
Well, I would love that, but I don't think he's going to. Hey.
I think it'd be awesome.
I think he should. He should just be in a hey suit.
I think so too.
That
would make the movie for me.
But then, how are you going to get Jermaine Clement to dress up like the giant crab?
Just do that too.
All right, I'm good with that too.
I don't see a problem with it.
That's what they should do. You know what? Matter of fact, we're going to go live action. There's no CGI.
They should make it as low budget as possible.
Yeah, no special effects. Like just dudes in suits.
Yep.
And chicks in suits and people in suits.
Like with Jermaine as the crab, they should just like glue like long pieces of whatever.
Yeah. They got to bring in the people that did the Spider-Man Broadway show, and they're the ones that are doing the costuming and the effects and stuff.
Oh no!
Yeah,
U2's gonna write the music.
We had 9 rocks die during the filming of this movie.
Oh wait, wasn't it? Wait, hold on. The Spider-Man musical, originally, so the original one was supposed to be U2. The second one, wasn't it actually Imagine Dragons? And then that's how they got their first album.
I don't think so. No,
That's
the music was U2.
Okay, so the rumor that I heard was that their whole album, Imagine Dragons, like most of their first album and like some of their other songs, were actually written for an unmade Spider-Man musical. That's why that song Radioactive is a thing. And that's where the song Monster came from and stuff like that. Like a lot of the music came from originally being written for a Spider-Man musical. And that's why the band even formed.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard that.
And this says this was a viral TikTok claim. So this was something that was put out by the Chinese government to discredit U2.
Okay.
Oh, bummer.
Now, apparently they did. There might be some truth behind it. Says it may be a bit of a stretch to say that the album Night Visions was written entirely for Turn Off the Dark, but they also may have done some of the demos of it.
Okay, so Yahoo reported in 2013 the band had recorded demos as inspiration for the show.
Interesting. It's hard to believe that album's that old now. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Radioactive could have totally been about the spider.
Yeah.
This is from an insider article, but they're still just guessing.
Yeah. Taylor and Imagine Dragons was originally supposed to.
According to Wikipedia, it says in a 2021 podcast interview called The Turning Point, Dan Reynolds revealed that after almost a decade, he had realized the lyrics were actually about him not giving up hope after losing faith in Mormonism.
Huh.
Faith in what?
Mormonism.
Yeah, yeah, aren't they from Salt Lake City?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're from Utah or some shit. So they're all Mormoned up and all that.
So what you're saying is they have multiple wives?
Maybe.
Sister wives.
It's possible. It's possible.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's just weird. It's hard to believe that's that old. 10 years now. My goodness.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what else to say other than that.
I don't know. I think we're going to have to kind of circle back around to on another episode, with kind of deeper dive on The Rock. I would like to talk at some point about his dealings with the XFL and not Bob, you and I might be able to do more long form on a Steve Jeltz on that one, but just to kind of see hey, maybe this Black Adam thing came at a time where there's a lot more irons in the fire for him, because he was redoing the XFL and his production company and all this junk. So there's a lot of stuff going on, around the production of this movie. I can't imagine maintaining.
Was he in the sequel to Jumanji or just the first one? Okay. I've only seen the first
sequel one. Which I enjoyed both of those movies. I thought they were good.
The first one wasn't horrible. I expected it to be bad, and it was entertaining.
Yeah, I like them.
Again, it was a comedy. The Rock has to do comedies. It's got to be funny.
I think there should be
I'm highly disappointed. There's only one Jumanji, and it was with Robin Williams. I don't want to hear about anything else made.
I don't know. This other one had
Aaron Gillen.
Yeah, thank you. In Hot Pants.
No, don't disrespect Robin Williams like that.
Oh no, there's no disrespect for Robin Williams. But Aaron Gillen.
If I have to see somebody in Hot Pants, I'd rather it be Karen Gillan than Robin Williams.
Yeah. I want to see Karen Gillan in Hot Pants any day of the week. Robin Williams, rest his soul. No, thank you.
He has hairy legs. It look weird.